Can you hear me at the moment, guys? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to do a slightly different presentation. I know lunch is coming up, and I know you want to get out and have lunch, so my time's cut slightly shorter. I've not got a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to just do this live with you. If you're not talking to me, I'm assuming I'm boring or I'm doing something wrong, so I'm going to look at you and point you and ask you some questions. Is that okay? I'm not a professional presenter. I'm not an IT geek. I'm an IFA in the UK. I've flown over here especially to speak to you. No other reason. Paul has invited me to come across. So I run an IFA practice in South Wales, Newport next to Cardiff. So I pretty much do exactly the same as you guys. Okay? So I've got about 34 staff, which I built up from a one-man band about 10 years ago. And we do lots of pensions and investment and protection. But about 5 years ago, I decided the future of financial planning, in my opinion, was all about cash flow planning. It was talking to the client and saying, instead of just giving them technical information and numbers, I wanted to make it look pretty. What's the outcome of the action you take? There's been some very good presentations this morning about the need for protection. Am I correct in saying you've got a problem that people are not taking her out in Ireland? Yeah? So are we doing something wrong? Are the insurance companies, or are we not getting the message? Are we boring the pants off the clients? What are we doing? Any ideas? Okay, well, I saw that slide, very informative, because I'm used to UK numbers and taxation. I actually got lost. I didn't know what I needed. I just knew I needed something. I needed some cover. Okay, so for me, it's all about showing some pretty pictures. So I built a software program just for myself, and I launched it into my practice, and it transformed how I run my business. And I think if you listen today, it will transform potentially how you run your business. Have you guys heard of Voyant? Yes. Okay, so I looked at Voyant 5 years ago, and I thought it was a lovely program. Very pretty, colorful outputs, thought it was really nice. But it was really complicated to put it in. You've got to go on training courses, or people give you some training on site. Do you use Google, sir? Wrong person. Okay. Does anybody use Google? Yes. How did your training course go on how to use Google? Was it easy, or did you not bother to go on one? Have any of you got an iPhone or a smartphone? Yeah. Did you go on a training course for that? No. Did you read the manual? No. No. You've got to make software so easy to use, you don't need any training. So I just went to the University of South Wales in Newport and Cardiff, and I just went to the young graduates, and I said, come on, guys, you've got a job. High unemployment in South Wales, so I gave these guys a job. I said, I want you to build me this program so I can show clients why they need to do protection, why they need to do pensions. Okay? But I want it to be obvious. If I need to ask you one question, it's too complicated. Right, I've got a guy sat in the corner, David Devine. He works for Platinum Financial. Because I'm doing it live, I just nabbed somebody to log on and do it. So he's just logged on to my company's website, and we're just going to do it live. Is that okay, guys? Okay. There's a big button there called Add a New Client. Anybody know what that button does? Yeah? Okay, I've passed the first Google test, yes? View your existing clients. I'm not even going to ask you. Okay, I can't be bothered to go to view existing clients and then put a client's name in. I'm going to work on the most recent client. There's a shortcut there called Alan Test. Okay, so let's go on to Alan Test. And I'm going to really apologize for women now because I put the man as a breadwinner. Okay? Sorry. Okay. But the great thing about this software, it's not the tail wagging the dog. Okay? If you want your system to do everything, you know, your Voyants, your Truth and things, that you have to have lots of mandatory inputs, okay, to give you all of the technical outputs. The only mandatory input I've got here is a name and date of birth, okay? It's up to you to use this as a tool to do your job and present the advice you want to do, okay? So I've got loads of calculators. So cash is cash flow, calc is calculators. I'm just going to show you one today. I'm going to go to the cash flow modeler. So David's passed his first test. So this is just a snapshot for me. I've put together 5 scenarios for this client. The first one is a perfect scenario where he's just carrying on working. He's a single guy. He enjoys a good income, and he's enjoying a healthy income. He's going to enjoy a healthy retirement. The second one I'm going to look at is if for some reason, through illness or injury, he can't work at 46, what happens? What if we reduce all of his expenditure? And is there some sort of product that we can put in place to address it? So, David, let's go into the first scenario, please. So, very simple to use. At the top is some assumptions. The next tab down is savings pots. Just click on the savings pots. Is that fairly obvious what you do there, guys? Yeah? So this guy's got no current account at the moment. He's got 12 grand in a Bank of Ireland, but he's just told me he set up a new personal pension. And I don't even know what a bloody ARF is. We haven't got ARFs in the UK, but we've coded this, we've Irishitized it, okay? Paul's told me what we need to do, so I've got my young coders to build it to be for your Irish market, okay? Lots of things are similarities, but we've put in an ARF and an AR. A what? Come on, guys. And you're asking me why people are not doing protection with you. We need some nice, simple names. Okay. So let's go down and have a look at his income and expenses. This guy's a really, really typical client, Paul said. He earns 6.5 grand a month. Is that right? Yes. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. But you can, it's whatever it is, the numbers will just correlate for the client. So he's got a mortgage, 1,200 a month, got some credit cards. He's enjoying his life. Let's go and have a look at contributions and withdrawals. So contributions and withdrawals are where they're just moving money between existing accounts, making money into a... Have we got ISAs out here? No. Okay, well, whatever you've got in the equivalent of an ISA. And I've assumed he's going to retire at 65, or what he's told us, and he's going to get tax-free lump sum there. So some simple inputs. Let's go and have a look at the cash flow model now. Money in versus money out, please, David. You're on the wrong tab. Come on, right. Okay, the blue bar, just mouse above the blue bar, please. That's his salary, the 6.5 grand a month. So very simple and visual. There's your salary coming in, Mr. Client. Are you all with me so far, guys? Do you get it? Brilliant. And you're talking to me, so thanks. So the black line come across is his expenditure. Just mouse above that, and you can see the expenditure's going down. But you can see his income is staying level. Will his income go up in retirement, in reality? Sorry, will his salary go up each year with inflation and pay rises? Okay, but I've shown it level because everything I've built in this program is in today's value. I see no point in saying to the client, your pension's brilliant, you're going to have 400 grand in retirement when a pint of milk is 50 grand. It's pointless, in my opinion. So I've done everything in today's terms so people can visually see it. And then in retirement, what we've got is the red bars, David, down, is the state pension. So that's his known income in retirement. So we've got his known salary now, and the yellow bar, please, David, there's just his tax-free lump sum coming in. So let's go and have a look at his savings over time, because this is the perfect scenario now. Savings over time tab, David. My mouse man is not keeping up. So we've got the blue bars here, mouse above them, please, David. So that's his pension. He's doing his £500 a month, is growing. It's growing at 3.5% net. We put inflation in as at 2%. So it's only growing by 1.5%. So it's very modest. Its growth really is through contributions. The pale green one is actually his Bank of Ireland, and it's growing there. This client is enjoying a healthy income, healthy life, no problem at all. But what happens if something happens? So go back to money in versus money out, David. Bear in mind, we're doing this live now, guys, okay? Let's go on to the next tab. It took me about 20 minutes to build that forecast, by the way. And then you can press one button. See the button in the top corner that says clone this forecast? You just press it, it does an identical copy, and you go in and make a minor tweak. The minor tweak I've made here is that for some reason his income stops coming in at 46. I've heard a lot of talk this morning about, we call it critical illness in the UK, you call it serious illness. But there seems to be lots of inherent problems around it. Do you guys recommend to your clients they hold an emergency fund? How much relative to their salary is it? In reality, do all clients have that emergency fund tucked away? Okay. I'm not going to ask any particular people in here, but most people in Ireland, if their wages don't land in the bank at the end of the month, how long is it before they're in trouble? Some people the following Monday. So we can talk about serious illness cover all day, but in reality, you need to be bloody covering their income. And the CMO said that this morning. That people can't live until Monday without their income. We need to be covering their income. That is the fully comprehensive. And if for some reason it's cost prohibitive, then we can look at serious illness. That's my opinion. And it's interesting that the CMO said he took out an income protection policy when he first started. I've got my young daughter's 28 now. She's been a doctor 4 years. And the first thing she did is I sold her an income protection policy as soon as she graduated. She gets 6 months full pay off the NHS, 6 months half pay, and I sold her an income protection to dovetail into that. Because she spent years and years and years qualifying to a doctor. If she's going to be injured, she's not going to have any income. And I hope to God that I've... because Dad's still helping her. She's completely wasting her money, just like the CMO was this morning, and he never makes a claim. Fantastic. So here's the client here now. Income stops. There's something in Ireland, if you go above the red bars, please, you get invalidity pension. Yes, is that right? You get that in Ireland? Okay. Assuming they're employees, is that right? If they're self-employed, do they get it? So if this is a self-employed guy on $6.5 grand, consultant, pilot, something like that, you ain't going to get jack. Yeah? Okay. So the wishy-washy green is their savings coming down. And as we can see, let's look at the savings over time, please, David. Come on, keep it up. You can see very quickly their savings are building up, but as soon as they got no income coming in, he's running out of money. Visually, if you showed that to the client, would that send a message to the client? What we can do now, though, because his expenses, he was going out, he was socializing, he was going on holidays, let's cancel all of that crap, okay? So go to money in versus money out. Let's go and say, let's reduce his expenditure to the bare minimum now. Okay, I've cut down clothes, I've cut down holidays, I've cut down socializing, and I cut down his food so he eats less food, okay? So we've dropped his expenditure quite significantly, and his money lasts a bit longer, okay? And how long does it last, please, David? Let's show savings over time. Okay. Again, another impactful little slide just to show the client, hey, you're enjoying a healthy income and a healthy life as long as you're healthy. If you lose your health, mate, you're in the CAC. Okay? So, but that's quite easy to fix. Back to money in versus money out, David. Let's just go to unable to work. We've put in there then, mouse above the yellow bars, income protection policy, 3.5 grand a month. On top of that, takes it up to 75% of his income. I take fully on board what one of the polls said about we probably try and oversell it, but give them something. As you can see, that client probably could do a little bit less cover and still be okay if cost is an issue. But he's earning 6.5 grand a month, for Christ's sake. What we've done there now, just by putting that policy in place, let's have a look at your savings over time, please, David. Never runs out of money. Okay. So you want to, we're not selling protection in Ireland for some reason. We know all the stats, we've heard the stats, but people are not taking it out. Maybe they just need to show some pretty colors where it goes back to unable to work, please, David. Where it goes bloody red. So when my young coders built this, when they first built it, it just changed, it went below the line green. And I said, oh, it looks fantastic, guys, we need to change it to red. And they were like, why is that? I said, now, believe me, you need to change it to red. Okay? I'd urge you guys to do this on yourself and then sit there with your partner and say, if one of the main breadwinners in this house stopped the income coming in, how long would you last? Any thoughts so far, guys? I know we've got all of these questions at the end crap, but I'd just rather talk to you now as we go along. Any questions now? No?
Does it work?
Does it work?
Yeah.
Completely transformed my business. Absolutely and utterly. So I launched it to my team of guys and said, right, this is non-negotiable, guys. Every client gets one of these. First-time buyer, makes no difference. People who've got 500 grand in their pension, because actually, I really designed it to do pensions, okay? To show how their pension will last before it runs out, okay? And what growth, so if they're going to get growth of 4% a year, so it's 2% above inflation, at what they're drawing out, because we got pension freedoms in the UK where they can blow their pot on Lamborghini, okay? Let's go back to the start sec. Let's go back to the home page. Okay, so it transformed my business.
So you sold more protection?
Oh, I fucking sold everything. Well, my practice brought on 100 million of new investments last year. Okay, I've got less than 10 advisors. Okay, so that's just on investments and pensions.
Do you charge every time first?
Yeah, if you go onto my website, okay, my company is Niche IFA. Any of you can just go look at my website. I'm completely fee-based. We charge £1,000 to do cash flow planning. But quite often we'll roll it up into the overall service. Yep. But clients flipping love it. I mean, absolutely love it. Okay? Transforms the business. Okay? So what we're going to do now is very quickly look at another client. Have I got time? How much time have we got?
What would you do income and death?
Income and death, do that. So John Test and Karen Test, this is the main breadwinner as a man. I apologize. David, you should have told me to put a woman in. It's the main breadwinner. Okay, so I'm going to quickly whip through it. Let's just go straight to cash flow modeling. Okay, let's go to money in versus money out. You can call this anything you want. I've just called it perfect scenario. You can do anything you want with it. Okay, it's just a tool. If you want to sit with a pocket calculator and go 10 times 10 is 100, and you say to the client you need to put 100 quid in, you're just using a tool to deliver your advice. Yes, this is just a tool for your advice. So we got net salary there, so he's on about 5,800 a month. These guys told me this is a typical client. Okay, and then on top of that, then we've got some child benefit, David, on the red bars. Okay, so we've got 2 kids. Is that about 280 quid a month or something? Sorry, euros. Yeah, we were going to have euros, but then we had Brexit instead. I come from South Wales. 60% of the people in Wales voted Brexit. I apologise on behalf of my countrymen. Okay, I don't know what we're doing at the moment. It's just madness. So anyway, so in this situation, you've got the expenditure is going down. They've got a good standard of living. Let's have a look at savings over time. Fine, everything's hunky-dory, back to money in versus money out. But in this case, we've just got somebody dies. So I've assumed, 46. The last guy had a heart attack at 46. This guy's died at 46. There's something going on in Ireland at 46. Do you, eliminate people at 46 in Ireland or something, no? So they don't claim on the ARF. There's people
dying now that never died before.
Can I use that back in the UK? But it's only in Ireland that's happening. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm holding you from lunch. So this client kicks the bucket at 46. So apparently in Ireland, it's compulsory to have mortgage protection to pay off the mortgage. Flipping it, a brilliant idea. That's not compulsory in the UK. You can take a big interest-only mortgage out in the UK and don't have any cover on it at all. Flipping heck, and then one party dies, you're even more in the CAC. So at least you're doing better than us on that, okay? So what we've got there, what's the orange bar, please? Okay, so there's the lump sum. So she's got a pension as well, gets paid out as well. Apparently that happens in Ireland, yes? Flipping heck, you spoil these people. But the bottom line is, even though the mortgage is gone, so therefore the expenses have come down dramatically, mortgage is gone, plus there's a big lump sum, this lady's still got 2 kids to pick up. But we could swap this around. It could be, yep, okay. Could be the house husband bringing up the kids, yeah? They are going to run out of money. Let's have a look at the savings over time, please. Come on, David, come on. They knew I was going to ask you for that. Okay. She's running out of money. Okay, serious point now. She's just lost her husband. He's died. She is slowly dying financially over the next few years. Okay. It's fairly simple to fix this. Everybody has said this morning, term assurance is not expensive. So what we could do is some term assurance. Let's go and have a look. Let's put some term assurance in place. Bang. What's the green one? How much did we put in place, guys? 400 grand of term insurance. Let's have a look at the savings over time. Savings over time tab. Savings over time tab. Fucking got it, David. How much, is he on the payroll? He wasn't playing for Leinster on the weekend against Racing 92, was he? Congratulations on that. Very good. Excellent. My company sponsored the Dragons in South Wales. I make a donation every year. I don't sponsor them for the glory. Although we did do Leinster a couple of times, a couple of years ago. Yeah, we did. Yeah. But we've got an Irish coach now, Bernard Jackman from Connacht. Yeah. Well, I'm yet to be convinced yet, but we'll see. Okay. So in this case, 400 grand, no problem at all. As long as she manages her money sensibly, she ain't going to run out of money. Okay, so we fixed her problem, but we've also given her another problem. She's got 400 grand. Great. Isn't that do you do a product in this country where you can pay a regular income to the client instead of a lump sum? Yeah? Okay. So let's go and have a look at that. Monthly income on death is called? Yeah. I love it. That does what it says on the tin, doesn't it? Yeah? They name things over here, apart from half, like my software. So now what it's done, look, is the blue bars, 3.5 grand a month, on top of the, she gets a widow's pension, I'm told? Yeah, fine. Client hasn't got a problem. Let's have a look at savings over time. You know it's coming, David. Come on, savings over time. She ain't got a problem. So leave it on savings over time, but go back to the lump sum. Go back to the lump sum tab. So they both fix her problem. One makes her rich when she's young and she draws the money down, and the other one keeps it consistent. They both fix the problem. Do you think if you showed this to one of your clients, bearing in mind you told me at the start that nobody is taking out protection in Ireland, do you think this might visually, go back to he dies please, David. Do you think that might visually just show a client what they need to do? Okay? Might not transform your business, but it might make you do a couple of extra cases, because you only need to do 3 extra cases a week, because I saw a slide earlier, and you'll do 131,000 quid? Yeah. Sorry, euros. It's a bit less, but not for much longer. Okay. All I've talked to you about there is a couple of protection cases. I'd love to talk to you about pensions and investments as well, but lunch is coming. Just want to show you one more thing before lunch. Let's go back to the home page, please, David. Okay, what I want to, do you think there's a lot of work for me to do that? No. I got the client to do it all. Okay? So I take a phone call in the UK. Let's do it now. What's your first name, sir? Kieran. So? Kieran. Do you know how to spell that? What's your surname, please? Rook. Okay, put that in place. Unless, I can't ask a lady a date of birth. What's your date of birth?
24/10/84.
Did you get that? Because I have no idea what you just said. You gave me the fastest mouse man in the West, didn't you? Okay, let's add that client. So we've just added a client live into my system now. Was that difficult? No. It's that quick. So you phoned me and said, Ray, I've been recommended to you. Apparently you're a great IFA. I need some advice from you. Can I come and see you? And I'd say, well, in the olden days, I'd come and see you for 2 hours, and I'd build a bit of rapport, okay? And I'd ask you a load of questions, and I'd do a fact find, and I'd fill it all in, and I'd find out your goals and your aspirations, and I'd make some subliminal sales, and I'd close it down, and I'd come back and make the sale. Is that about right? I can't bother with all that crap. Okay? All I want to talk to the client about is what's important to the client. Because when I get there, I say, what's a mortgage? And you say, oh, I don't know. What is it, love? Is it 800 quid? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a data capture form now. I've just entered you as a client. I'm going to click Send Data Capture Form. I can't be bothered to fill all those buttons. Just click Select All. Click Next. Okay? And click Next. And there's a pre-completed email. All you've got to do is type that client's email address in. Okay? And see that blue there? That is a secure link that your client will receive. They'll click on that link. Under GDPR now, we've got to give them a second PIN to get in. Okay? So you can text that to them or send it by email as well. They can log in, and they will do their own fact find. Do you think your clients would do that? Yeah. 91% of the clients in the UK do their fact find. 80% of them do it within 24 hours. Okay? So let's just get rid of that a sec. And let's go back and have a look at an example of what a client does. Just do view the form, please, David. View the form. Okay, so this is what comes back. This is your 6,500 single guy. We said he was, I don't know, solicitor or an employed something. Okay, there's his mortgage, coming on down. There it is there. What we do then, let's just print this report, please. You know, I'm doing this live, guys. This is not a PowerPoint presentation. This is live. Straight on there, it'll have your company logo on the front. You put that straight into your compliance file. Thank you very much. Now you go and have the meeting with the client, and you don't say how much your mortgage is. You already know it. So now you only have a conversation about what's important to your client. What do you want to do with this money? What do you want to achieve? When do you want to retire? What concerns you? What do you want for your kids? People love talking about their kids, don't they? I've already told you about my daughter. I've only known you 2 minutes. We love talking about our kids. Now you can talk to the clients about what's important to them. Okay? So let's just import this into a calculator. So the client's done all the work. Bear in mind, all I've done is say, oh, hi, what's your name again? Kieran. Hi, Kieran. Yeah, no problem. I'll send you a secure link. I've gone on with something else, and I've now got your fact find in. Okay? So what you could then do is just press it, import it into the calculator, and it brings it all in. And you then go in and just tweak what you need to do with it. Is that okay, guys? Okay, this is a really, really expensive system now. We charge 40 euros a month plus VAT. Okay? And because I'm an IFA, I don't want to rip other IFAs off, because I think that's a fair price to help you do your job. In fact, if you've got an administrator, you get your administrator's license for free as well. Okay? So they both have a login. If you've got a second broker, you pay another 20 euros. So 60 euros for 2 broker practice. Okay? So on that particular one we did, we sold him a 120 euro life policy. Is there much commission on that, guys? How much, roughly? Sorry? 1440. So help me with my mathematics. Is that just paid for CashCalc for the next 2 years? 3 years. Okay, I wasn't very good at maths. Okay? So this is not an expensive system, guys. And all I've shown you is one of the calculators doing one of the things. Is that okay? So what we've done, I've been approached by this guy, and he's nagged me and said, Ray, come to Ireland. Let's launch in Ireland. And I'll leave him to do a bit of talking.
Yeah, I think obviously lunch is begging, but thank Ray for his presentation. I do think that it's going to be a matter of time for everyone has the system from a pricing point of view compared to the competitor system of 200 quid plus a month, which is very complicated. We've gone through this in PAX, my firm. It's taken us an hour to get the grips with it. It's very easy. Anyone can do it, in my opinion. And I think the visuals are just superb when you show them the clients. I love the data form. We're going to have Ray back over. We're going to be doing a tour of CashCalc around the country in the next couple of weeks and months. You can log in and get a free license at the moment for a month to get in and play around with it. I'm going to send everyone a link, or Paul Kelly's going to send everyone a link in the morning. So I'd encourage everyone to sign up, play around with it, and maybe put your own situation into CashCalc and see how actually easy it is to use. It's actually ridiculously simple. An hour and you'll be proficient in it. Thanks very much. We've got a great... Sorry,
one thing, very quickly. We launched this because I was unhappy with the incumbents. We're now the market leader in the UK. We passed Truth a long time ago. We passed Voyant a long time ago. There's 28,000 brokers in the UK. I've got 8,200 using me now, and I've got 250 a month signing up through word of mouth. This is changing financial planning in the UK completely. Get on board, guys.